Now, cancer, explain that. Was this the part of the military discharge?
It was not part of my military discharge. It actually came like shortly after. So the military discharge came from a stress fracture in my leg and a pelvic injury, so that wasn't anything related. But the cancer situation, it kind of was unbeknownst to me, and by the time we caught it, I was already in stage 3. So it was dramatic. It was kind of weird because, you know, you don't hear somebody in their 20s, you know, getting cancer. So it was a lot to deal with. My grandmother actually was a cancer survivor. She survived cancer 2 times. The 3rd time she didn't quite make it, so, you know, her soul rest in peace. But
now, what kind of cancer did you have?
I had ovarian cancer, which is not common.
Not common?
Mm-mm.
Not common, period, for women, or not common for your age?
Well, I mean, it's common for women because it's in your ovaries.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's not common for age, and it's just not one of those cancers that people get a lot. You know, people get breast cancer a lot, stuff like that.
Right.
So leukemia, things of that nature.
Now, how did they catch this?
I kind of just was going to the doctor. I was complaining about some things that was going on in my body that I didn't feel was right, and you know, like I kept complaining. You know, a lot of times doctors try to tell you like it can't be that, because you don't fit in the criteria. Lo and behold, it was cancer.
I see. Stage 3, that's pretty close. What is it, 5 stages?
4.
4 stages. Oh,
4.
so you're...
So once you've hit like stage 4, it's probably like metastasized.
So stage 3, they were able to zap it?
Stage 3 is like critical. Like it's critical to the point where you need to make a decision really quick. Like, you know, whether you're gonna have surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. You gotta, you know, holistic. Some people go the holistic route.
True, I've heard of that. What route did you go?
So initially, I'm a firm believer in the Most High is not gonna put you in any situation that is not for you. So I kind of felt like maybe I was being put in this situation as a test. So I tried to go the holistic route. Then I kind of was like, let me go to the doctor. I had kind of some people in my life who were into the medical field who kind of were like, you know, I have some good people that I could lean you towards that direction, and we kind of took it from there.
I see.
But I went the chemotherapy route.
Chemotherapy. Looking back, was that the right route for you?
Definitely. I definitely think going through the holistic part first helped as well. It was kind of like a getting my mind right. That's actually when I was in my transition period of moving to Atlanta.
I see. I got you. And how long did that whole process take?
What do you mean?
From the time they found the cancer and actually diagnosed it as cancer to you being free of it. How long did that?
So they found the cancer. It probably was about a year and I think it was a year and a few months until I decided to actually, after I went through chemotherapy, I had a surgery where they had to remove one of my ovaries. So, you know, I had to give money up for that because that stuff is not cheap. I did not have health insurance at the time, so.
You said you did not?
I did not.
No health insurance?
No health insurance. My best friend actually put together a GoFundMe for me. I didn't know about it. He raised like over $2,000 for me in less than 2 weeks.
I see. And cancer can be very expensive.
Oh yeah, it is.
With no insurance, is there a plan that you can go? You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't really have a plan. I just had a lot of people who genuinely cared about me at the time. So I was working in the club. I had like a security family, like a lot of big brothers and some sisters, and they kind of really like put their money together for me. Took me to doctor's appointments. You know, that was my support system because I don't have family here. So
I did an interview with Boosie Badass, and he had cancer. I forgot exactly what part of his body he had cancer, but
I think I heard about that. Wasn't it like his kidneys or something?
Yeah, there you go, his kidneys. And I think he dropped $100,000 in cash and said, "We need to get this taken care of."
It's that expensive.
He was able to go through the process. I think he was scheduled for surgery like 2 weeks later or something like that, very fast because he had the money right then and there, and he had no health insurance. He didn't really know about health insurance, wasn't aware of it, and when he caught cancer, that's when he had to drop a bag. And
it cost a bag. But like I said, I had people who really, really was looking out for me. God was definitely on my side. And then not only that, but the Winship Cancer Institute at Emory Hospital, They had some people come through for me as well, so I owe a lot to them.
Is this something that's that you have to pay for? Like kind of how like Boosie did, he had the bag and dropped it and then he was able to get through everything. Is this something you're paying for with all this help while you're going through all this treatment and stuff like that?
So I was paying for it as I was going through it.
Yeah.
I was paying for it up to the day I had my surgery, you know, because nobody tells you that even if you're dying, they're like, you can't have this surgery. You don't have the money. You don't have health insurance. They're not going to just give it to you. It's for the people who got the money. So I had to get my money before I could get the surgery.
Now, even though you were discharged through the military, didn't you have some sort of insurance or medical insurance that carried on over after the discharge or no?
So this is how that works. Anything that they feel like is related to the military, you know, you can go to the VA and get taken care of. Anything that comes after that, a lot of times they can be funny about it. So at the time, yeah, I could have went to the VA, you know, went through all that stuff, took in my D-214 and all that kind of stuff. But who wants to really sit in a VA, petition for somebody to give them this money? Not saying that it's not worth it, because it is. But you have to understand that I still had to maintain my lifestyle. I still had to go to work. I still had a lot of things going on. So it was much easier for, you know, me to reach out and get this help back that I got from people than to sit there in this VA and then sign all this paperwork and wait and wait and wait. I would have been waiting, and I basically could have signed my death papers waiting on the VA.
Yes, there's a lot of horror stories with the VA that's going on as well right now.
The VA ain't what they say it is.
So, okay, so is this something that you're still, now that it's over, are you still paying for it? Is there a bill still related to this cancer that you still?
I still get a lot of medical bills. I'm not paying for my surgery anymore. That was taken care of, but I still have a lot of medical bills. But, you know, I definitely learned about you need to get some insurance. So.
Is that your advice to, what is your advice when it comes to health insurance and
get it.
Women and men?
Get that health insurance. You need it. A lot of people, I think, that are in my situation, you know, bartending or working in the club industry and stuff like that, they don't understand the importance of this stuff, and they don't have, like, you know, through their job, any medical coverage. So you have to go get that stuff for yourself, and it can be very expensive, but you got to remember that your health comes first. So.
Do you, man, I lost my train of thought there, but here's another question I have for you. Was this, you said cancer runs in your family, yes?
Did I say that?
Well, your grandmother had cancer, right?
My grandmother had cancer, but
So,
I actually am adopted, so.
Oh, okay, so that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story.
Okay, got you. All right, so do you know if something like this runs in your family, like cancers and stuff like that?
Cancer does run in my family. It actually does.
Anybody that had ovarian cancer before in your family?
Not that I know of.
Is this something that's preventable? Is there, or is this kind of like one of those situations, it's just something that affected your body?
Well, I think it's kind of like, you know, if you have the cancer gene, you have the cancer gene. I mean, one thing that definitely helps is positive mindset. People don't tell you this a lot, but a positive mindset, like it controls a lot of things that go on in your life. So you got to stay positive. You got to eat right. You got to exercise. These are all things that now I'm starting to put into my daily life that I didn't so much do back then. But
now, this might sound like a stupid question, but maybe somebody watching this might have the same question. Ovarian cancer, could that have anything to do with something sexually, like sexually transmitted or something like that?
No, that's actually a question that people ask a lot. I don't know why people seem to want to connect the two, but no.
Well, maybe lack of knowledge and nobody teaching about this stuff. So
they
maybe
need to teach them about this stuff. But no, it has nothing to do with sex or anything like that. I mean, your ovaries are your ovaries. It's not like your cervical cancer or anything like that.
Ah, that's different.
So that's different.
But still in that same region.
Well, your ovaries, you know, are more really like on your inside, not.
But still your private parts, I guess the private area.
It's not a private part. It's not a private part.
See, I might be answering somebody's question.
We need you to take anatomy and physiology class because you got it all twisted.
I was a college dropout.
Where are you?
No, but okay, I got you. Yeah, so it's inside stuff. But all right, did doctors think that? Is there a reason why maybe you've gotten it at your age now than maybe at a different age where more people are susceptible to that type of cancer?
I don't think there's a reason why, but like I said, with good nutrition, positivity, exercise, all those things come into play. Like I said, I wasn't really up on my stuff like that. So that could be a reason why I was more easily, you know, able to get it than maybe getting it later on. So maybe it was coming, I just kind of didn't prevent it, holding off to when it was.
I see. Okay. Somebody dealing with cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's different cancers, but just cancer in general. Let's say they've been diagnosed recently with some form of cancer, depending on what stage. Any general advice you would tell somebody? Just found out the news, they have to deal with that.
It's kind of weird because a lot of people DM me about this. A lot of people speak to me about this because they watch me go through my situation. And my advice to them is get you a good support system. If there's any negativity in your life, cut it off. Like, you have to. For me, it was moving. It was changing my environment because my environment wasn't a healthy one. But you just got to stay prayed up. I don't know. Everybody's not, religious or spiritual, but there's some connection that should put you in a happy place. Find it.